Beautiful chosen tribe. Welcome to this live birthday chill and tarot reading. If you're watching this after it went live, I do encourage you to join us live every Wednesday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Maybe it's just Pacific time at this time of year. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, every Wednesday, every Saturday. Please do check the pinned comment so you can see where the breath work and the singing bowl begin. And if you want to skip straight ahead into the tarot, check out the pinned comment once this is public after it is live. Sebastian, Sarah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the love. So happy to see you all already in here. It's getting close to my Earth Day, only an hour and 29 minutes. And then East Coast, where all of my family is, I will be a year older, a year younger. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sebastian. Sunny, appreciate you all. My chosen tribe. I could shed a tear right now. I could shed a tear, y'all. How is everyone feeling tonight with this moon on my Earth Day tomorrow, 9/29? How are we feeling with this second moon, this asteroid, as we talked about on Wednesday? How are we feeling with that coming into play? Anyone feeling a little different? Spirit? Can I get a crowning message from my chosen tribe? Saturdays are for tarot. So I decided now that I'm doing a set schedule every Wednesday and Saturday, I want to keep tarot on Saturdays, and on Wednesdays I'll choose a topic and we'll interact with each other, because when I do topics and not tarot, I'm not necessarily so much in the flow state and I can interact with everyone in the chat so much better. And I'm excited about Wednesday's topic. We're going to be talking about collective consciousness and the Mandela effect, proof of shifting timelines. So I really hope to see you all back on Wednesday at 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern time. Feeling a tad off. Yeah, Sarah, thank you for your honesty. Truthfully, I'm clearly everyone can hear me. Make sure my microphone is on. You know, it would be sunny. Agreed. As much as they keep saying we need to have a telescope 30 inches in diameter at least with a CMOS detector, it would be pretty cool if we actually can see this with the naked eye, because they don't seem to be 100% sure. So you never know, right? You never know. Let's light this candle for protection, calling in our benevolent ancestors. So many downloads. Oh my goodness. Off. My mood has I'm going to be honest with everyone, especially since Sarah just opened it with the honesty. My mood has been feeling very off since yesterday. And I've been trying, because I was kind of light bragging on Wednesday about how this is the first year, this is my first Earth Day in probably 10 years that I haven't had the birthday blues. And then they kind of sank in yesterday. But I'm going to write it off to Mother Nature, being a woman, and the second moon. But I'm reeling it back in. I'm reeling it back in. Someone named said, "Oh my God, you're so pretty." I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I put on a little lipstick today, a little cat eye. I painted all of my nails, but I am very hands-on, so I know better than to do a color on all of my nails. So I went ahead and did clear, and then just did my pinkies, the red, to match how I'm feeling right now. If you can see that vibe in the back, we have the red going on. Crowning message. We're going to do the singing bowl. We're going to do breath work before we really dive into the tarot. But your crowning message, the courageous peony. This hasn't come out for a couple weeks, but it's saying that you're multifaceted. You have a unique nature. Let yourself be seen. This is a reminder that's great for me, because sometimes I'm feeling very sigma, very recluse, and you'll know, because you'll see, like last Saturday, I'll cut my face off in the live and just let it be about the tarot. But today, I'm letting my light shine. I'm letting myself be seen. So thank you all for being here with me to ring in my Earth Day in just under an hour and a half. Sarah, she even said, Happy Earth Day, Eve. I so appreciate you. No need to apologize. Thank you for the flattery. If you can see me blushing with this light, I am definitely blushing. Okay, so we've lit our candle. I think I'm gonna burn a little bit of sandalwood, Palo Santo. I'm feeling the Palo Santo tonight. We're gonna burn a bit of Palo Santo. Before we get into the tarot, we're gonna burn our bay leaf for protection. I've been having a lot of bay leaf tea with this cool, chilly fall weather we've been having here in SoCal. And my bunny rabbit, Bun, she might be making an appearance tonight. She's running around in the back. I've shown her in one of the lives. You often hear her scurrying around. She usually sits right underneath me. So she might be saying hello. Fur will be flying everywhere as a heads up. Thank you, Sarah. Exactly. Yes, celebrate yourself. I'm usually like, I'm the hermit on my birthday. I'm like, okay, I'll text people back, but I'm not really trying to be seen or, say that it's my Earth Day. I don't want to speed up the aging process any more than I have to, right? Let's see. Sebastian says something weird happened today. I love Sebastian since you're using the black tourmaline like we talked about. I believe that was last Wednesday where we talked about ways to use your magic for protection. So happy to see that. Said you're so brave for doing this. Thank you. Yes, which is why I choose to show my face like maybe 60% of the time. The other times I'm like, it's about the message. You don't need to see me. You want to see what I look like? If you're a brand new person to the channel, check out my other content. If you're a loyal subscriber, I don't always show my face. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab my crystal singing bowl. You might see my black bunny rabbit tonight. We'll see. Let me get this Palo Santo lit. So just give me a moment, please. Y'all can probably hear her chasing me in the background. All right. You gonna help Mama get this singing bowl? I know you think it's treats, but it's not. Don't get too excited. Okay, let me not light the place on fire. Palo Santo is well lit, ready to go. I'll probably only stay live until about 8:30 tonight. We'll see how the tarot is going. That was the singing bowl, not me. I'm the sage, the audience, because you just never know who comes through on these public readings. No offense, y'all. Sage myself, my hands, my rabbit who's hounding me for some treats right now in the background. Oh, I love the smell. I'm not for cutting down Mother Nature, but that Palo Santo smells so good. Okay. So please, I forgot the water. Be patient. If you stick around for the singing bowl, which I play for only about 60 seconds, we do 3 rounds of breath first. What that allows is for me to connect with your energy as we breathe in rhythm, in tandem with one another, only strengthening our connection, our collective consciousness for this reading. And I'm so excited for Wednesday's topic. Please turn on your notifications now because we're going to be talking Mandela effects. Share your own Mandela effects. We're going to be talking about shifting timelines. I'm starting to realize that it is us who is making it's the Mandela effects are a symptom of our collective consciousness shifting. I'm going to leave it at that and save the rest for Wednesday at 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern time. I'm appreciating all of the love. Okay. Last weekend, I'm in a t-shirt. You got to dress up sometimes, just remind people. of your many sides as a woman, right? Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead. Before I play the singing bowl for 60 seconds, let's connect our energies by taking 3 rounds of breath together. So maybe if you're familiar with mudras, you might take on a symbol that's calling to your soul today. For me, I'm choosing the P power, the confidence mudra, Mudhadra. And let's just, if you're in a comfortable and safe space to do so, you might close your physical eyes and just settle into your environment, pressing all of the air out of your lungs and belly. And let's breathe in deeply together through our nose and letting it go through the mouth. Once again, taking a deep inhale through the nose. Letting it go back through the nose. And for this last round of breath, let's breathe right into our third eye chakra between the eyebrows, breathing in nice and deeply. Taking an extra sip of air if you can. And sigh it out heavy. Beautiful. I'm already feeling more relaxed. Now let's go ahead and play the singing bowl for 60 seconds and then we'll dive into the tarot. I love it. Sarah said she's burning a sandalwood incense. Yes. All right, we're in alignment. Okay. I want you to, once again, if you're in a safe space to do so, close your eyes for the playing of this 432 hertz note F singing bowl. It's often attuned with the heart chakra, which some people attune with 528 hertz, but take it as it resonates. I'd actually love to hear from you in the live chat. Once I'm done playing, let me know where you felt this frequency in your crown, in your third eye, maybe your throat, your heart, your solar plexus just above the belly button, your sacral, your creative center, or your root at the base of the spine. Maybe you feel it somewhere not within the chakras. Let's go ahead. Please lower your volume just in case this is a bit loud. Let me know in the chat where you felt that frequency within your physical body, maybe within your energetic body. I'd love to hear from you. All right, so I only pulled out 2 decks for tonight. We might pull out the Dust to Onyx, but for now, I simply have the Starseed Oracle and the Nefertari Egyptian tarot. Felt it in your head, Sunny? Relax your mental. Yes, I'm feeling like that's what we all need. Thank you, Sunny. You said you left a solar return donation. I am truly grateful. I am truly grateful. Thank you so much. All right. Being called to reverse the deck. Let's go ahead and shuffle it the opposite way. I had earlier I shuffled the deck as I was preparing the camera for this live, and Messenger came out from Sirius, and I don't believe I've ever pulled that card from this deck. So some of you may be divine messengers, I have no doubts. Some of you may be that divine messenger in your family. Be mindful of giving too much of yourself, of your energy, without being replenished. It's not about being selfish. It's just knowing you simply cannot pour from an empty cup. Get some pumpkins to carve. I definitely like to carve pumpkins. I am an artiste. Look at these falling everywhere. That's how you know it's going to be a good reading. I'm shuffling quite a bit tonight because they keep saying shuffle the deck, shuffle the deck. So I'm shuffling. Please be patient. There's that messenger card trying to peek out. Spirit, please show my beautiful chosen tribe who's chosen to be here with me tonight on this Saturday evening what it is they need to see. I'm sure you already know if the thumbnail talked to you. It's about messages from your future self. A couple repeat messages. Okay, I like the repeat messages because it's just confirmation from spirit. The first card we have is Fall into My Arms, Surrender, Holding Opposites and Extremes of Life. Many of you who are here tonight are feeling that tug, whether it be on your energetic body or your physical body at this time. Maybe you're feeling those really high highs or those really low lows, and you can't seem to find a happy medium. It's asking you to surrender. What I love about this card, it always makes me think of ancestral. And it does look as though there's a feminine energy holding on to your body. Now, this can be a reminder that even in what you deem to be your weakest moments, which of course are learning moments, there's always someone there to catch you, whether that be in the physical, whether someone incarnated in the fleshly form to be of assistance to you on this divine journey. For many of you, because you're chosen, your divine journey is all about fulfilling a purpose. And many of you have been feeling tired, like you need to be replenished. And I will say, wait a few days, because not only do we have this mini moon, this asteroid that's occurring tomorrow, but then we have the new moon in Libra, and then we also have the annular solar eclipse. So many things have taken place from the partial lunar eclipse, the full moon a couple weeks back, to now a new moon, an annular eclipse, and a new moon with the second moon. So many things are pulling on your energy, divine feminine and divine masculine. And what I love about this is it's telling you where you can replenish, and it's through water, whether that be through drinking water, eating your water, cucumbers, very water hydrating filled foods. And you can see it here, hopefully on the card. Many energies are pouring into this spirit that she's holding here in the water. Some of you may have recently been baptized, or you were going to some sort of spiritual retreat where you're going to be wading in the water. For some of you, I'm also hearing double entendre. You're waiting in the water. Maybe you're nearby water. Maybe you're waiting for communication from someone in order to move forward. Now, I almost forgot to burn this bay leaf. So let me go ahead and do that for protection because the messages are popping out like crazy. I want to make sure I'm protected as well as all of you. Bay leaves are great to drink. I love having these in tea. I love burning them for spiritual protection as well as they're great insect repellents. End of summer, well, we're now into fall, but a lot of times that's ant season. So keeps the pests away. So fall into my arms. Now I would be remiss not to mention that there's someone who may be coming in, very Knight of Cups energy here, who may be wanting to come in and serve as your hero or your knight in shining armor. And I just want you to be mindful that you truly trust this person. I don't think there's anything wrong with respite, with finding a bit of peace and solace with someone. I'm specifically hearing someone from your past, but I do want you to be mindful of falling into old cycles when it comes to this person. Because once they realize that you really, you no longer need them, once they realize you no longer need them, it's going to bring in this extreme version of them, this version that you've never quite seen before because you've always needed them. And now that you don't, their ego is going to be triggered. So, this is an ancestor energy. This may be a soulmate, a karmic, a twin flame, someone just coming back around in your energy as a test. And you can see there's these two faces here overlooking. Let me not burn myself. You can see these two faces here overlooking, whether these are your angels, the Most High, your ancestral guides. They're watching over you and they're just making sure you don't linger in this energy too long. Surrender, holding the opposites and extremes of life. Like I said, extremes of emotions. This can be your polar opposite. If you are, say, a Libra like me, your opposite would be an Aries. Next, you have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. I love this card. This very much brings up the energy I was feeling last Saturday of out of body travel and astral experiences. Has anyone else's dreams been wildly unfamiliar lately? I've always been a lucid dreamer, a vivid dreamer, but my dreams have been wild. um, be mindful. We talk often on here, of the dark side of being a chosen one, the monitoring spirits, the demons, the bots, however you want to label them, they are one and the same, the NPCs. Many of them are coming for you in your dream state because it's the only state they can now access you in. You're no longer returning emails, text messages, phone calls. You're not hanging in the same circles, in the same places with the old faces. And because of this, there's only one way to reach you, and that's when your subconscious mind has taken over and you're in the dream state. So while you're star bathing, while your DNA is activating and upgrading, there's going to be people coming in. I've said this in a recent live, but I want you to be mindful of people who try to gift you things in the astral realm, people who try to make intimate advances with you in the astral realm, even more G rated than that, simply trying to touch you, whether that be a hug, grabbing onto your arm. I want you to try to avoid those scenarios if at all possible, because desperate times call for desperate measures. That's what your ancestors are downloading into me now. And as you're in this transmission updating mode, it's as though at that time you're open and receptive to receive new information, which is a beautiful thing. But at the same time, it could be a great time for your opposition to come in and implant seeds. And this is nothing to fear. You are divinely guided and protected. You wouldn't water these seeds, but you'd rather not have them altogether. So be mindful of that. Now, I would recommend that you go outside and you spend some time under these stars, star bathing your light body, remembering that you're not this physical meat suit, as beautiful as you all may be. You are that essence, as we talked about with Krishna and Arjuna. You are that essence within. Your soul, your energetic body is 1,000 times as beautiful as you could ever be on the outside. You're everlasting and eternal. Now, I would love for you to take time out in nature. It doesn't have to be at night. It just has to be underneath the sky. For many of you, I'm hearing golden hour. If you could lay in the grass, if it's warm enough to do so where you're at, I do encourage you to do that. Water is coming through very heavy with that first card, fall into my arms. I'm also getting many of you are falling into a divine masculine energy at this time. When I see the triangle up, I think of an enforcer, I think of divine masculine. But you don't want to lose that divine feminine because, as we talked about once again on Wednesday, return of the second daughter. So there is a battle right now, and that may be what that extremes of life is. If you've, say, been in a white moon or a red moon or a pink moon cycle, and you've been in that mothering energy, there's going to be something coming in opposing that now that we have two feminine energies within the celestial bodies. Exactly. Sunny said, I'm having real feeling dreams, like I'm starting to fall asleep, but I'm kind of up. Oh, yes. I'm trying to think of that. She said astral. Yes, astral, interdimensional travel. The liminal space is what we call it many times. That liminal space can also happen and be a little bit frightening when your physical body awakes from a dream, but your essence has not yet returned to the physical body. And that's when you feel that sleep paralysis because you're conscious and you're aware, but your essence hasn't returned to be able to lift your fingers and move your body yet or open your eyes. That can be scary, but it is beautiful evidence and proof that you are the essence, that the body is merely, I never want to discount your body because it's so um, pertinent to this human experience, but it is the vehicle for this human experience. And you can have many experiences outside of this vessel. And it's very easy to get caught up and limited in what we look like, not just because we have mirrors and we live in this social media age, but because people treat us how we look. So many times we begin to acclimate, we begin to mirror back what people mirror at us. And so, however people perceive us based on skin color, hair color, your articulation, your dialect, your language, people place many boxes around you, limiting you, almost like in that liminal space in the dream state. Now, this card has been coming out quite a bit lately. I'm pausing to read the chat. So once again, if you're watching this after it's live, I encourage you to join me live every Wednesday and Saturday so that you can engage with not just me, but the rest of your chosen tribe here in the chat. Sarah said, my daughter started doing this very weird, I'm assuming you meant weird thing this past week. She sat up and had a full-on convo with me, but I knew she was in the astral. I love that. Ooh, see, I'm sure you probably did the same thing, but asking her questions, or maybe that's me getting ahead of myself. And it was probably the right thing just to let her express herself. Me, I'm like, what can I ask during that time? Thank you for sharing. Sebastian said you got a few new decks. I love to hear that. Keep expanding and expounding upon your knowledge. So this next card has been appearing quite a bit, and look how beautiful. Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. I'm hearing my voice like with a snap, crackle, pop, like Rice Krispies right now. My throat feels completely fine, but I've noticed as I've been doing this reading, Cat doesn't have my tongue tonight, but it's crackling. So I don't know if someone is holding on to a secret, something that's exciting or something that they feel ashamed. I'm almost feeling shame. You feel ashamed to say this out loud. Don't let it be in control of you. Oftentimes, our fears of the mind are so much deeper than what this 3D actually has for us. The fear of thinking about doing something is so much worse than the actual doing of it. So, if anyone here, this is only going to be for 1 to 3 of you. If anyone here is holding on to a truth, a secret, they need to share with their family specifically, share it. Even if your hands shake and your voice trembles, share it and chest up, shoulders back, say it with conviction, okay? Anyone meant to be in your life is going to love you regardless. And it's saying you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. What I love about this inner earth is another double entendre. This can be about this new earth, this inner earth that quite literally exists inside and beneath our feet, right? For some, you believe it's, past the Antarctic wall. What I always get with inner earth is it's you. It's you when you meditate. It's you when you lay down at night and it's quiet and you're with your thoughts and your memories and everything that you've done leading up into this point. And many times that's when we cycle through the worst memories or the things we coulda, shoulda, woulda said. If you're on the Patreon, I shared a brief yoga wisdom from the book just yesterday or the day before, and it talks about living with regret. Regret is such a powerful emotion, much like fear. You don't want to let it control you. Remember, you create your reality. You are the ultimate navigator. You'll survive this. I keep feeling the need to repeat this because someone's going through something, whether they want to leave it in the live chat or they're just remaining silent and listening to my words, which is perfectly fine. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. It may seem as though the walls are caving in, and I'm even getting like a claustrophobic feeling. It's as though every time you turn for a breath of fresh air, something new is coming in to make you feel smaller or to make you feel as though you can't escape this current reality. I want you to know that is the last ditch effort of the monitoring spirits, of these demons, of these entities who know about your ascension. They know you're elevating to the 5D and they're doing everything within their grasp to keep you here. And so you have to remind yourself of how powerful you are. I had to remind myself of this as I meditated, as I do almost every day. I meditate, but before I go live, I meditate. And today, someone's horn started going off for the entire time that I was meditating. And I already felt off before I went into this meditation. And so usually that would have further irritated me. But today I let it empower me. That car honking in the background was the reminder that, hey, you were in a bad mood. So you took action to do something about it. And look at these demons. Look at these monitoring spirits now coming in. People don't target what they're not threatened by. If I was not ascending, if I was not evolving, there would be no need to distract or deter me from my path. And I say that because I know that message resonates with many of my chosen tribe out there. If you know, leave a 333. You're just now seeing my skeleton. I did switch up the background, so now Jack Skellington, he's behind my left shoulder. I also got a broom yesterday. I don't know if you guys see it there. It's funny because they're like brooms and pointy hats. Those are just silly things that witches have, but I'm like, every good witch needs a broom. I wish I could take off and flight on that thing. Maybe that's just the triple air sign in me. I don't know. But inner earth, for many of you, these extremes of life, it's about finance, it's about celebrity, it's about maybe you are in an industry. And I can relate being out here in LA and working and doing what I've done as an entrepreneur. Many times out here, it's easy to get lost in status. It's easy to get lost in clout. It's easy to think about money 24/7. And yes, money matters in this 3D realm. I won't pretend like it doesn't. But I want you to know if everything were to be gone tomorrow, you would be left with you, only you, and your thoughts. So for many of you, this extremes of life, it's you battling yourself. It's you battling your ego. It's you being like, yes, I love being at this party and I love the acclaim. I love the support I'm receiving, but the people who are surrounding me don't feed my soul. They don't feed my ascension. And the question is, are the earthly belongings, the earthly treasures that you're receiving from this thing, are they worth getting stuck in this dimension for? I'm hearing that very clearly for some of you. We may have a celebrity in the chat watching this. I would not be surprised. Many of you may have celebrity friends. That never comes through in my reading, so no such thing as coincidence. Many of you might be right on that precipice of fame, of accolades. I'm hearing world renowned. And yet, before you get there and you take that next step, will it all be worth it? If you had the choice to ascend and evolve and fulfill your life's mission or have earthly pleasures, which would you choose? Now, I'm not here to tell you which one you should choose. I'm just simply here as a messenger to pose the question. And what a perfect segue to lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything aligned must go. You can't make this up. And some of you are like, but I've worked 10 years, 10 plus years to get to where I'm at right now. I've told everyone this is what I'm going to do. I made a vision board. I took the action. I prayed. I meditated. I ate all of my vegetables like Tierra Whack. But now that you're getting close, you're realizing it's not it. I don't know how else to put this for you. I think all of those corny quotes that you may have heard in the past, it's not the destination, it's the journey. You're starting to get that. It's starting to equate and accumulate and make sense for you. You're questioning everything. You're questioning everyone. And anything aligned must go. For some of you, it's old friends, it's old places, it's family members who, as we've often talked about on this channel, you no longer want to wear that mask around them. You want to be 100% authentically you, chosen one, speak your truth, and not worry about who's whispering behind your back. And now, like Marilyn said, what other people think of me is none of my business. And some of you may find solace in behaving or using that motto moving forward. What they think of you is none of your business, but what you think of you, that's everything. 10 people in the chat, 10 likes. We're moving into the Nefertari Tarot. Thank you all for being here. Only 52 minutes away from my Earth Day, my solar return. Happy to have you all here. I want to answer that question, Amir. Are you a witch? It depends. Not the version that they show you on the Disney Channel or they tell you to fear. Not voodoo, but hoodoo, African spirituality, spiritual practices, the God within. It has nothing to do with voodoo dolls and blood sacrifice. We don't do dark magic over here. And I even hesitate to say dark because I don't like that black and dark is always equated with the worst things, okay? Angie girl, I feel like you were here maybe a month or so ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, but happy to have you here. Greetings. Let's see, messages from your future self. Messages from your future self. What many of us fail to realize is that our memories are wiped clean when we come here earthside. And so most of us spend a good portion of our life, our adolescence, or even our early adult life, and for some of us, much of our adult life, trying to remember what that mission was. And so being a high priestess, being a good witch, being a magician, whatever your superpower or your gift is, you knew what that was and you've been that for many, lifetimes. Now, the question is, are you going to remember your life's path and purpose in this lifetime? Ooh, I'm loving what I'm seeing here, okay? First, we have the Eight of Cups. There's that water energy we were talking about. We have a Capricorn man here. Lovely. Earth sign energy. Well, here's some water energy. Pisces, Scorpio. I'm very much getting something hidden beneath the surface. If you can see here with this Eight of Cups, this is a very happy card in the deck. It's emotional fulfillment, it is balance, it is communication in its highest form. However, I'm noticing this person praying here to these four cups beneath the sand. And what I'm loving about this is that it is a perfect artistic description of as above, so below. Four cups up here on earth and four cups beneath. This may be your four earthly guides as well as your four passed on loved ones. And together they create this eight. And we've talked much on this channel about the Lionsgate 888 portal. For some of you, you may be in your eighth year. We're all in the eighth year with the 2024. 2 plus 2 plus 4 equaling the 8. But for some of you, you may be in your eighth year of life, meaning you're 26, you're turning 35, you're turning 44. That would make it your eighth year. And that eight on its side is the abundance, that infinity. So breaking old karmic cycles, old loops. I'm also getting that someone, while they're in prayer, they're trying to peek and see the people around them. That's only going to be for one or two of you in the chat or those watching this after, whether when you were growing up and it was time to pray, you used to peek at your brother or your sister next to you. But I'm also getting that there is something, and I love this deck for that. There's something buried beneath the surface, a hidden treasure, if you will, whether that be esoteric wisdom waiting to be unlocked through your DNA, through your galactic codes, or this may physically be something that has been hidden by a family member. I'm even getting a time capsule for some of you. So with these cups, we have that Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy coming through heavy here. Let's move on to the next one and see if we can't make further sense of this. Sebastian's 44 in April. You're getting ready to enter into your eighth year. 38, you're in your 11th, Sarah. 29, Amir, you're in your 11th year. I love it. I'm entering into my eighth year in what, 45, 46 minutes? Scorpio, yes. Lavi, welcome back in. Happy to have you back as well. I am doing great tonight. Happy to have you all here with me, truthfully. So, this is the only card that I would say be mindful of. And I think that this is the, okay, first off, kind of looks like my eyes in this photo. Is it just me, y'all? Am I tripping? Is this? Anyways. Whew. The Eye of Horus. This is that pineal gland energy. But what I'm getting here with this Three of Swords is often heartbreak, betrayal, third party situations. But what I'm getting here with this card, and I've never gotten this with the Three of Swords in any deck, this is an illusion. This is illusory. You are divinely guided and protected. You feel as though those are watching. And can you see how the light is lighting this up? It almost looks like a sun. Something is being illuminated. Anyone who has sent negative energy your way, it's being illuminated at this time through your dreams, through your prophecy, your premonition, your third eye. But you are divinely guided and protected. She has one hand just gently placed. And if you notice, she has a red bow in her hair, just to match a little bit. And she's covering herself gently. Anyone who is truly in fear for their life or of blades would use two hands, but she's stabling and grounding herself with this one hand and knowing that anything sent to her is going to be promptly returned to sender. And for many of you, this is that witchcraft, that dark magic that we spoke of. This is people who have spoke ill intentions over your name, whether it has been while you're in the room and you're talking to someone else and they can't figure you out and they don't like that. So instead of trying to figure you out, instead of diving and delving a little bit deeper into your beautiful spirit, they're threatened by it. Because as I often say, it's much easier to point the finger at someone else and what they're doing than it is to look at the reflection back in the mirror and make adjustments. And so I'm hearing now any of your enemies who have sent dark magic, ill intentions, evil eye your way, they are now, their eyes are wide open to who you are as a chosen one. They realize that their magic, the power they thought they had, it's nothing against you, your awakening, your ascension, and your ancestors. The Most High would never let these things. And for some of you, you have been through the mud. I have to make that very clear, but only the lotus flower blooms in the mud. That 1,000 petaled lotus flower that sits at your crown chakra as the ultimate symbol of enlightenment. If you had not gone through these things, you would not be equipped with the tools, much like the magician with all of the suits at their disposal. If you hadn't went through the mud, if you hadn't went through these trials and tribulations, you wouldn't see just how powerful you are. And so now there's going to be a lot of people twiddling their thumbs, realizing that they effed with the wrong person. I don't know how else to put it. Whether that be because what they've sent your way is coming back to them tenfold, maybe threefold for some, or because they're now, do you see how those almost look like flags at the very top of those? Flags. False flags is what I'm getting with that. How people read you, they were completely wrong. Your poker face, you have a great poker face. I've never had that come through in the cards. And with this, many people now feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable because I felt like the lights were flickering in here for a moment. People are feeling uncomfortable because of the things they've said about you behind your back, but they've never stood 10 toes on what they've said and actually removed you or cut you from their life. They've only felt confident enough to say it in the presence of other people who talk badly about you, or they only say it just to feel good about themselves. But now that they see this position of power that you're coming into, and this doesn't have to be about finances. It may be for some of you, it may be a position in business. Some of you may be graduating from a prestigious school. Whatever this is, it may be your light, your prophecy. They now see it. It's undeniable for them. And now that it's undeniable who you are, well, they're not only fearful that what they've said about you is going to get back to you, but they're more fearful about the consequence of having spoken ill on your name. I don't know why that was like, I feel like I was double talking with that one, but it's coming through so heavy. These are watchful eyes on you. These people who are watching you, these monitoring spirits, if you've been feeling, and we talked about this a little bit on Wednesday, like you're being watched, okay? You feel like you're being watched. This may be confirmation for you. Let's check in with the chat. Let's see. Lavi said you tried out that meditation. Yes, I think you missed we did the singing bowl earlier. So please do rewind to the beginning once this is over and check out the breath work and the singing bowl so you can check out that frequency. Um, Signs are confirming your intuition. Angie, I love to hear it. And yes, Lavi, a collective reading. Thank you, Angie, for clarifying. A collective reading is when, and that's why I always stick or encourage everyone to stick around in the beginning and do the breath work with me and do the singing bowl. It doesn't matter if you're here live, but if you are here live and we're breathing in tandem, it's only going to allow me to connect to your energy better. But these collective readings, I'm picking up on the collective energies of everyone who's tuned in and everyone who's going to tune in after this goes live. Because remember, Time is not linear, meaning your energy, if you watch this 2 days from now and you weren't here for the live, you can still have an effect on the cards that come out, especially depending on how prominent your energy is and how much we've connected. But if you're interested in a private reading, a one-on-one reading, check out the description. I do offer those. I get those recorded and uploaded in 72 hours for you, and I have a few different options for you to choose from. Now we have this King of Pentacles, which has been pretty prevalent in these readings lately. And I love this because it feeds off of the Eight of Cups. What you've been working towards is coming to fruition. Who doesn't love to see the fruits of their labor? Farmers, agriculturalists, horticulturalists, people do not, botanists, people don't pour into things to never see the fruits of their labor, right? And so this King of Pentacles is very much, I'm hearing the word alchemist. Many of you have the gift of alchemy, and that may be with that Eight of Cups, transmuting energies. Some of you with this Eight of Cups, I didn't get it earlier, but it goes without saying, or I think I have to say this, that you speak to the dead. Now, that may sound like blasphemy to some, but I want you to remember, anytime you go through old photo albums, I know everything is intangible and on phones nowadays, but if you have had a scrapbook or actual Polaroids and physical photos, and you remember the memories of your passed on loved ones when you go through that album, that is the dead speaking to you. When you go out into the sun and you drink spring water, high vibrational water, and eat high vibrational foods, and your DNA codes unlock, that is the dead speaking to you, not in a cryptic, dark magic way, but in a evolution of life way, in the way that your ancestors' blood and DNA runs through you. And not just the family that you know and love in this life, but your galactic family, the one from your home planet. You know, the place that you're homesick for, but you can't quite figure out where it is. Some of you, many of you chosen ones, you may have one or a few, if you're lucky, other chosen ones in your family. But I heard something today. Was it Brother Panic? No, Phil Valentine. I'm totally missing his name. Shame on me. I will correct myself or bring it up in the next live. But he says your family that you have when they're rearing you is not the same family you have in adulthood. Your family in adulthood is your chosen family. Some of you watching this now or after the live, you're going to be in Seattle or Toronto. Just noticing that, had to say it. But your family oftentimes are the one who, without ill intentions, they project their own insecurities onto you. Many of you have a hard time alchemizing your energy around your family, and that may be what that Eight of Cups is. But with this King of Pentacles, you have everything, much like the magician, at your disposal to alchemize the energy. You have all of the resources, all of the tools, all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom to bring that vision you have here in your mind's eye here into the 3D reality. And whether you realize it or not, you've already done that. For many of you, like we're going to be talking about this Wednesday with the Mandela effect, this shifting of timelines, you're starting to physically see it in your reality through people around you not quite remembering history in the same form or fashion that you remember it. And as I said at the beginning, that is simply a symptom of our collective consciousness. More of us are awakening and more of us are creating and ascending to this new reality. So we're no longer aligning with just any and everyone. And for some of you, it's going to be those family members that I'm hearing about. Some of you may have lost earbuds or AirPods, maybe just one. I'm also getting an umbrella, something to do with an umbrella. Maybe travel out. The next time you're thinking of leaving out without an umbrella, or you're thinking, maybe I should grab it just in case, grab that umbrella. It may seem trivial, but it's going to come in handy. If you're here and enjoying this chat, leave a 333 so I know. I love that, Lavi. I love that you honor the ancestors. You know, here in the US, here in America, it is because most people are Catholic, Christian. We do have a lot of Muslim as well. Honoring the dead outside of a funeral or outside of visiting a grave site is most often referred to as blasphemy. Calling upon the dead is often for those who are, attuned into religious specters. They consider that to be frowned upon. And what better way to honor the reason you're here than by honoring the people who came before you, you know? And we do it in many ways, whether we want to admit it or not, passing on recipes, generational wealth, passing on properties. And so, if it's okay to leave physical things behind and pass those on, well, it should also be okay to light a candle and call upon your benevolent ancestors. Now, I do always say benevolent for a reason. I do think it only becomes a slippery slope when we just blindly call upon any ancestors. And I say this because not everyone was chosen in this lifetime to fulfill their mission. Some of our ancestors weren't fans of our mothers or our fathers, and they were not able in this fleshly lifetime to resolve that issue. And sometimes, because of that, that same disdain is now it's embedded in them. And so when you just call upon anyone, you're not necessarily sure that that ancestor has your best interest at heart. They may have some vindication that they're trying to carry out through you because they could not reach your mother or your father. And I don't say that to scare anyone or to fearmonger. It's just a reality. You can't have light without darkness. You can't have rain without sunshine. We have to have the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. I'm very much getting earth angel energy with this King of Pentacles. Whether in some realm you actually had wings, may sound crazy to some of you, but it's going to resonate with who it's meant to. Whether you physically had these beautiful wings or you have a lot of air in your chart, so you're able to look at everything from an aerial view and fly above and see everything for what it is. You have such a beautiful energy. And it's so strange I'm getting this with the King of Pentacles because this is earth energy. This is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy, but an alchemist nonetheless. So many alchemists. For many of you, especially if you've been holding the opposites or the extremes of life, like we talked about with that first card, you are becoming a master of your emotions. It's not about not having bad days. It's not about not ever getting angry, but it's how you transmute that energy when you feel yourself getting off kilter that speaks so highly about who you are. Lavi said, I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra as well. Yes. Sarah said, I just honored a loved one's passing on the 23rd. I love that, Sarah. I really think that we should do more of that. And if it helps, just think of, what you would want. Maybe you're not sure for some of you what it is that your passed on loved one would want. Well, just think about what it is that you would want. What would you want people to remember you by? How would you want them to honor your time spent here and that knowledge and wisdom and love that you passed on to them? So, lighting a candle and saying a prayer is a perfect and simple way to start. And as I say, if you're looking for guidance, call upon your benevolent ancestors, ask them for guidance, and ask them for very specific signs. If you're a little bit nervous about it, say that. Say, please don't scare me. I'm new to this. I don't need shadow figures in the corner of my room when I'm going to sleep. But like, if you could show me someone in red shorts and white shoes when I know I'm on the right path, that would be extremely helpful. And you make it your own, of course. What a beautiful card. You have the 10 of chalices, the 10 of cups, from the 8 of cups to the 10 of cups. It is this progression here from the 8 to the 10. I'm getting 810, which is Flint, Michigan, if you're unaware of area codes. But from the Eight of Cups, for many of you channeling up from the ancestors, that's what I'm getting. He has these 4 cups here in his 3D, but honoring those beneath. And there is the happiest card in the tarot, the Sun and the 10 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. This is completion. The 10, because in numerology and geometria, 9 is the highest number. So 10 is all about completion. And you see him sitting upon this stool with the X, because the X is the 10. Now, X may mark the spot. That's been coming through quite a bit. And so for some of you, it may be that Twitter. X is where you find your information. Maybe it's where you can speak your truth. Now I'm actually getting, at first I thought this was a divine masculine and a divine feminine, but I'm getting 2 divine feminine energies here. And one is for pouring from their wisdom into someone else. So I'm very much getting, sit with your elders whenever possible, read from their journals, hold on to the antiques they've passed on, whether that be a piece of jewelry like me that I have here from my grandmother. Connect with that, because their energy still resides within. And they're going to, the more you speak to them and the more you express gratitude, when you realize that they're speaking to and through you, the more they're going to pour into you. Can you see that pouring from one hand into the other? And she looks so gracious and so happy to be receiving this information. And for some of you who are still lucky enough to have these ancestors, future ancestors here with you, your elders, sit with them, record them if they'll let you. Ask them about your mother, your father, ask them about their lives, because times are changing very fast. If you're a millennial, we've been between worlds. We saw the before technology and now we see the new age of AI. And you would be surprised how much has changed since your grandmother has been around, or your grandfather. And I do believe that they would feel immensely flattered. I'm almost getting like they would blush if you were to tell them that you want to hear about their life, more so than you have in the past, but almost like they're amused and you want to record and you want to learn everything you can from them while you can. I'm very much getting that. Now, what I do notice here too is, of these 10 cups, 8 of them are upright and 2 of them are flipped over. So that is mirroring here this 8 of cups. So a double confirmation that you are very close to completing something, very close to wish fulfillment. But with all of these cups coming through, it's emotional. It has to do with expressing yourself, divine feminine. And with those 3 of swords, communication. I'm going to pull one final card from the Dust Onyx, and then I'm going to close out this reading just before my Earth Day. I thank everyone so much for being here. Anyone who sent a donation for my Earth Day for this energy exchange, I greatly, greatly appreciate you. It means a lot. And if you're interested in discovering more esoteric wisdom like this, maybe you don't feel comfortable sharing your prophecy or your dreams here on a public platform such as YouTube, join the Patreon. We are growing over on our Chosen Tribe community. I'm there every day checking the messages. You can share prophecy. You can share dreams you're having in the dream chat. And it's a small monthly subscription. But what it does is it deters the trolls from coming underneath shorts and other things and deterring us from speaking our truth. Okay, so it's a safe space for you to do so without everyone being able to see. That is why I created it. And I also created it, as I always say, just in case I ever lose access. I don't own YouTube. So I could lose this channel at any moment, and it'd be nice to know I'm growing something elsewhere as well. You are so welcome, Sarah. Yes, Lavi. Libra is an air sign. So in the tarot deck, when you see the swords, that is air. Air signs are all about effective communication. Especially us Libras, we are the iron fist in a velvet glove. So what that means is, and it's my favorite description of me, because Oftentimes, people mistake Libra's kindness for weakness. We are very giving. We tend to pour from our cup even when there's only one drop left. And then we end up being like, oopsie, I shouldn't have done that. You think I gave too much? And that kindness gets mistaken for weakness. But what people don't see is that iron fist inside of that velvet, alluring glove. And so you never want to meet the Queen of Swords or judgment or justice, because a Libra will give you many chances. And then, truthfully, you might just never hear from them again. Now, this is your mature Libras. I'm not talking about just ghosting someone because you don't have mature conversational skills to tell them you're not interested and give them peace of mind. I'm talking about when you've expressed to someone what it is you need, what it is that hurts your feelings, and then they continue to act in a certain manner. That's when Libras go ghost. That's when you'll see that Libras were never someone you should have taken for granted or advantage of. Yes, Angie, I co-sign that. Things have been difficult in career. I can relate to that 1000%. Just remember, I love the quote, rejection is often protection, or rejection is redirection. Even if it's something you really wanted and you saw it for yourself, there may be something bigger and greater that you can't see yet, and you're being redirected, pivoted to something that's truly meant for you, that's going to serve you. So just hold out that patience, okay? Ooh, that was odd. I almost took those too. Spirit, any final messages from my chosen tribe's future self? Messages from my time traveling chosen tribe. Okay, we got one stuck there. Let's take two from the top. Okay. Perfect way to close out this reading. I said two of the happiest cards in the deck were the Ten of Cups and the Sun. And you got that major arcana, the Sun. You have the Two of Staffs, the Two of Gourds, which is the Two of Swords. I'm sorry, it's the Two of Wands, the Two of Cups in this deck, and the Sun. Balance. Nothing but balance here. Even when you had the three is the magic number. So here we have fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the Two of Staffs. Very much like walking on stilts, which may be the energy that you've been feeling for some time. Like, where is the solid ground beneath my feet? When am I going to feel like there's a foundation again? For many of you, this has been since 2020. Many people lost their jobs. Many people were forced out of jobs. Many people lost friendships and people they loved. And it has felt as though the rug has been pulled out from beneath you, and you've been looking for solid ground. And since that time, you've just been walking on stilts. But it's going to make it so that when you're back on solid ground, your stride is going to be better than it ever was. With this Two of Staffs, this is all about manifestation. This is about setting your eyes on the prize, seeing something in this third eye, that pyramid here, and being able to manifest it with a snap of your fingers. This is also giving that 11 energy for my master number, Life Path 11s here in the chat tonight. You can also see the colors of indigo and violet, very much giving third eye and crown chakras. That higher levels of enlightenment. Many of you have been ascending, you are ascending, and it's really like you're getting your deer legs. You're getting your bearings for the first time as you're being reborn into this new dimension, okay? You may be 30 something, 40 something, 50 something, but you're brand new in this new dimension and ascension. In all the lifetimes you've been in here before, you've never experienced it in this way. You've never ascended this high. And so it feels like you're walking on stilts. And what a perfect description of that, being high up, seeing everything from an aerial view. And then you have it doubly here with that Two of Gourds, pouring from one cup into another, a balancing act. And that's, these two cards mirror each other. So we went from fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, to more water, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So if you're any of those signs, or these messages are simply resonating with you, you're doing this balancing act. And for some of you, you're like, I cannot keep doing this. But what I want you to know is you're not balancing these two all on your own. I don't think I've ever noticed this before, but there are two hands mirrored up here from above, because as below, so above, as above, so below. Someone from the divine is pouring into you. Even when you feel shattered and cracked wide open, there's someone pouring into you. Many of you are prophets, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. You are a divine channel between realms. And especially with that veil lifting, because we just passed last Sunday that autumnal equinox, the veil is thinnest at this time as we go towards the winter solstice. This is a beautiful time to talk to your ancestors, to call upon them, to honor them in whatever way is most fitting for you. I'm also getting a pearl here. Some of you maybe you may hear mother of pearl this week. And when you do, I want you to remember this reading. Come back to it and leave a comment, mother of pearl, when you hear that, because it's going to be very specific to you. For others, it may be physical pearls that you're wearing. Maybe you're gifted a ring with a pearl on it, maybe a pearl necklace, but something here with a pearl. But what it's letting me know, chosen, I'm also now noticing she has pearls on her bracelet on her right hand. Um, it's also reminding you of just how special you are. There has to be so many factors that come together to create that perfect pearl inside of a clamshell. And that's you, chosen. You have weathered many a storm to get to this point that you're at right now. Do not give up. And then here you have it. Close the reading, happiest card in the deck. And didn't I say with this one that it looked like a sun card with the sun watching you? And then I said the 10 of cups, the only happier card in the tarot deck is the sun. Well, here it is. Here it is. You are shrouded in this healing golden light. You may benefit from solar plexus Reiki, solar plexus guided meditation, solar plexus frequency, or just good old fashioned vitamin D. Getting outside, even if it's a cloudy day, and allowing that sun to hit your crown. Because if you notice here at the crown chakra is a light bulb. Many of you are going to have that epiphany moment this week, and it's going to be so beautiful. What I also want to say with the sun card is, much like the Empress, the Libra, it's very fruitful. So it often does depict two children being sons. So this may be a physical manifestation of your fruits. If you're not trying to have children at this time, please do take precaution, because you are very fertile. Fertile energy. And now creation isn't always womb and portal and genitalia. Creation comes from your solar plexus chakra. Creation is a tarot reading. It's you calling upon your ancestors, writing down things. It's prayer. It's having a thought and then physically manifesting it out into this 3D. Some of you are seamstresses, I'm getting with this beautiful dress. Some of you have a fashion idea in your mind, and put it on paper. If it's already on paper, take the next step. Begin to do rough drafts of this. So many of you are shedding old skin. And this is that light that I was telling you about, that other people are getting ready to see you in. You're not even, for many of you, when they see you in this light, you're going to put your phone on do not disturb. You're going to want to go back into that hermit or that recluse, because your aura is going to be so bright that so many people are going to be attracted to it like moths from a flame. Maybe that attention or that support you were seeking before, it's going to come flooding in tenfold. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here. Only 15 minutes till my Earth Day. I'm going to go ahead and celebrate it with those I love. And of course, I love you all for being here. Thank you for tuning in to my energy. Thank you for interacting with me in the chat. Thank you to those who left a donation for my Earth Day. I cannot express how much it means. I hope to see you back on Wednesday, every Wednesday and Saturday, 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. This Wednesday, we're talking Mandela effects, collective consciousness. It's going to be a good interactive topic. So I hope to catch you there. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Lavi. Thank you, Sarah. The Real Furious. I haven't seen you here in a while. Happy to have you here. Appreciate you. Yeah, you've been missing for a while because I've had the pigtails rocking. I did redo it again for my birthday, so it was fresh, but thank you all so much. Until next time, I'm sending each and every one of my chosen tribe so much love, light, protection, and elevation. Namaste and Ase.